Welcome to Epictales universe, where the whispers of ancient stones echo through time, and the first sparks of human memory still burn beneath the surface of the earth. If you believe in stories that predate our written history, stories buried and waiting to be remembered, please like this video, share it with fellow seekers of the past, and subscribe to keep the oldest tales alive. Before cities, before writing, before the pyramids of Egypt or the ziggurats of Mesopotamia, there was a hill, barren, dusty, forgotten, and beneath it, something was sleeping. In the dry, rolling plains of southeastern Turkey, near the ancient city of Urfa, a shepherd noticed a strange stone protruding from the ground in 1994. He had no idea that what he'd found would shake the foundation of archaeology, rewrite our timeline of human civilization, and raise more questions than anyone could answer. That hill was called Göbekli Tepe. What lay beneath it would become known as the world's oldest known temple. Older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids, older than any known place of worship built by human hands. And it was not just a single structure. It was a complex, a sacred place of gathering, of ritual, of reverence. Its builders lived over 11,000 years ago, long before agriculture had truly taken root, at a time when humanity still roamed as hunter-gatherers, long before the rise of writing, metal tools, or permanent cities. And yet, someone raised 20-ton stone pillars, carved with animals, symbols, and strange figures. These pillars, arranged in circles, with two towering monoliths at their center, seem to have been the heart of early belief. They reached toward the sky like arms of stone, silent and solemn. Who were these people? How did they do this? And why? The site at Göbekli Tepe was first studied by Klaus Schmidt, a German archaeologist, who realized that these stones were no part of a medieval ruin, as once assumed, but Neolithic, dating back to 9600 BCE. It was a revelation. Until then, scholars believed that organized religion only came after the development of agriculture and settlements. That temples were a product of civilization, not its cause. But Göbekli Tepe flipped that story on its head. What if it was belief that brought people together? What if religion came first and agriculture followed? Here, in the hills of Anatolia, people may have gathered to worship before they learned to farm. The temple may have created civilization, not the other way around. But what was it they believed in? The stones speak, if you know how to listen. Carved into them are wild animals. Foxes, snakes, boars, vultures, lions, spiders, scorpions. There are no scenes of farming, no images of domestic life. Only wildness, raw nature. Some believe these carvings represent the spiritual power of the animal world. That the people who built Göbekli Tepe were reaching out to the spirit of life itself, to a force untamed, unknowable, and sacred. Others see cosmic alignments. Some pillars may line up with Sirius, the brightest star in the sky. Others suggest a link to the constellation Orion, long associated with hunting and death. Then there are the T-shaped central pillars. They seem to represent human forms. Broad shoulders, carved arms, hands clasped in front. But they have no faces. Who are they? Gods? Spirits? Ancestors? Or something else entirely? The mystery deepens when we learn what happened after the temple was built. At some point, the people who made Göbekli Tepe buried it. Carefully, deliberately, they didn't destroy it. They covered it, filled the spaces with dirt and rubble, as though preserving it for some distant time. Was it an act of reverence? A ritual of closing? A response to fear? Or to change? We do not know. And then, for thousands of years, it slept. Until now, excavations have only uncovered a small fraction of the site, perhaps 10%. The rest remains beneath the earth, waiting. Some believe that deeper still lie even older layers, hints of a world that predates everything we thought we knew. Others suggest that Göbekli Tepe was not alone, that there were other sites nearby, Karahan Tepe, Navali Kori, part of a network of sacred places from a vanished culture. A culture that worshipped the wild, that gathered under stars, that built not for survival but for spirit. So what does it mean? Göbekli Tepe challenges everything. It tells us that our ancestors were not simple, that they dreamed, that they believed, that they carved meaning into stone long before they carved it into history. Perhaps they were trying to leave something behind, not for gods, but for us. A message, a memory, a reminder that long ago, on a forgotten hill beneath a Turkish sky, the first temple rose, not in the shadow of power, but in the light of awe. and then it was buried, as if to wait for us. Thank you for journeying with us into the silent stones of Göbekli Tepe. If this story awakened a sense of wonder in you about who we are and where we came from, please like this video, share it with other seekers of the oldest truths, and subscribe to Epic Tales Universe for more stories that time tried to bury. Because some stories are not lost. They are simply waiting, beneath the soil, beneath the stars, and within us all.